All right, so we're going to listen a little bit more about some questions that Brodie has about the facial recognition and kind of concerns he has and uses for it, whether he thinks it's really necessary. And here we go.
So I've got some questions. Like I just explained the basic details, but I've already got some instant questions about this. Number one, for media and staff, like a media member like myself, there's been a current system for more than 20 years now of having a badge with a photo on it and usually a barcode or a QR code. And every usher or security person has a scanner and they simply ask them, you see your credential, you hold it up, they scan your card on the lanyard around your neck. They look at your face. They match you up. Yep, that's you. You're good. It says green or red. You're good to go, or we can't let you through. Is there something wrong with that system? Is it really too slow? Is it really too cumbersome? Like, why are we moving away from that? Why are we taking technology to a new level when I think everything's been going just fine for media and staff?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really see a problem with it. Again, we're already submitting photos that the teams can use at their liking, so identity is not really a problem.
And that's a point that I forgot to mention as well, is that you would have to submit your photo so that the facial recognition software would be able to match you up when you go to the stadium. So the media has to do it. Does that not mean that we all have to do it? And if we don't submit a photo to, ABC football team, that we don't get to get in the stadium if we haven't done that?
Yeah, and I guess that begs the question: is it an opt-in thing and an opt-in or opt-out thing, or
that's a good question.
Are you going to be forced to do it? Is this the only way you're going to be able to get in the stadium, or can you use the archaic ticketing system? I mean, now I haven't held a paper ticket in probably 2 years because it all comes to your phone and then they just scan it off your phone. Okay, great, whatever. But still, I mean, that is going to become archaic to this, right? So, with this, that begs the question. So I can't go to a stadium now without submitting my photo, and so they have it on file so they can recognize my face. And where else am I going to have to do this at?
Exactly. And he does bring that up. Actually, you'll see his point number 2. But case in point, we were going to a concert last week and a half ago, whatever. And what if your Wi-Fi or your internet connection through your self service is slow, doesn't work? Everybody's on it trying to get their tickets. And I was kind of mentioning that because I had 2 tickets downloaded and I needed 4 for the concert because we had a couple of people going with us and they were going with us. So I didn't bother sending their tickets to their phone. I just knew we were going to go together. No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, apparently only 2 of them loaded up through my Apple wallet. And it took me a minute and I had to go through to get back on Ticketmaster or whatever it was, or my email, try to find that. Well, if your internet's slow or everybody's on it and it's slower, that's going to slow it down. So I don't know how that speeds things up when things like that happen.
Exactly.
It's great if it's already on there, ready to go. But I think if you've ever been on Ticketmaster, their barcode is a thing where that little thing goes back and forth across the barcode. So you can only use it when that's active, meaning you have your internet connection and you hold it up to the machine and it scans it. You can't take a screenshot because that little thing going across there blocks the barcode, so you can't use it as a screenshot.
So you can't reuse it. Yeah.
So why is this any better that now we just go facial recognition, all that shit? I mean, is it that? No, I want to go back to paper. I want a paper ticket in my hand that has the barcode, because if I sell my ticket or give my ticket away to somebody else, the electronic way, you can, forward it to somebody. So if you had extra tickets, nobody could go, you got to sell a couple tickets. Somebody buys it online, you can send it to them. Great. Okay, that's awesome. But I want to be able to print them out, and I should have printed them out, just use it, because it's not faster sometimes.
Right.
And it's annoying. And anyway, he definitely talks about that, but he's also talking about, well, are we going to opt in, or is it just like you said? Are we going to be able to go to other places, other venues, things like that? Do we have to show that shit too? You know?
Yeah. Or even if though too, you know, we talked about people using it for nefarious reasons.
Right.
Now, okay, so I'm at, say, FedEx Stadium or whatever. Well, now, but I want to go see a baseball game, and they're doing the same thing. Now, if those two stadiums or those two teams or whatever they don't have the same owner, then I got to
Well,
redo this at a different stadium. Like, are you kidding me?
I would imagine.
Like,
You think they're going to share information with each other?
right? Yeah, and it
Information is
blows me
important
away.
and valuable, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think companies are buying email lists and data from Facebook and all that shit you put in from Instagram and everything else? That data is important. And it's interesting because, again, to show you how big brother our phones are, I was talking about going to a restaurant tonight because a friend is in town of my wife's, and we're going to go to my wife, not wives. Yeah, you know. Anyway, so and all of a sudden I'm getting a couple emails from that particular restaurant in my email box. Yes, I'm on there.
Really?
I haven't gotten an email from them for weeks that I can remember. And all of a sudden it's showing up. So just a little side note on that, but it's like it's intrusive wherever we go. And this facial recognition data, you're right. What the hell else can this be used for other than all the little fuzzy, happy, fluffy little nice things and makes it all convenient for you? What else could it be used for that's not
Oh,
fluffy and
it's so
nice and
much
convenient?
easier. Yeah, and does anybody gonna be able to get onto their, any owner of said, you know, sports team or whatever,
Yeah. Right.
or ticket master or whoever, if they start using this shit, are they just gonna be able to get onto their little Wicket app,
Mhm.
or their, and just go start pulling pulling people's faces IDs down? I don't know. It's weird.
Well, don't you think that, and let's turn it around the other way so people on the other side can see how this could affect them. And what I'm talking about is, people more on the Democrat side who think that I'm trying not to bring politics into it, but this is the way it works. Nobody seems to have a problem with anything the Democrats say or do or whatever. But once a conservative or somebody says something, they're like blacklisted. Okay. You get strikes on YouTube, you get this, that, and the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if these people who own one of these sports teams or the concert venues or whatever have this data and they match it up to things that you may have said online or done online or commented or whatever, and now they're going to say, well, you know what, I'm going to make it more difficult for this person to come to the event. Oh,
Yeah.
nobody would possibly do that, would they? You're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. Maybe. Could it happen? Absolutely, right? So
Yeah.
I
So
just think
easily.
this is a horrible road that we're going down, and it's not needed, other than for these types of people to want to have this data of all of us. I mean, talk about the ultimate surveillance and security state.
Yeah.
The ultimate 1984. What Big Brother, everything watching you do, everything you're doing, everything you're saying, and controlling our lives. Oh, they're not control. How could they control your life? Oh, they can. They can make your life more difficult for you. You may pay more for car insurance, like we said, if you frequent a bar. You may
Mm-hmm.
pay more for something else. You may not see it, like they won't ban you, but you may not be able to go in there. You may pay more for insurance. You may pay more for an interest rate for a loan. They could do it in
Well,
lots of different ways.
yeah, and they hold the strings too.
Right.
And the thing,
And who are
where are the
they, by the way? Like,
yeah, who are they, right?
yeah.
Exactly. And where are the checks and balances though on a system
Mm-hmm.
like this, to where the government just can't come in and say, hey, I'm going to seize all these assets from you just because I want them, and then now they've taken their hard drives or whatever their servers or whatever, and now what?
Right. Well, and who's monitoring them and what
Yeah,
they
that's
do?
yeah. Who's monitoring them,
And then who's
where
monitoring
where's
those people who are monitoring them, and on and
right?
on and on, right?
Exactly. And where's the security involved, and where's
Yeah.
the who has access to it, who doesn't? Does that guy have to have facial recognition to I it's
Am I
too
am I
much.
paranoid? I think some people will call me paranoid, but I think I'd be realistic here of the possibilities of where this could potentially go, and it's scary shit. If you really think about it, if you want to think about it, if you don't want to think, oh well, I had never done nothing wrong, so it doesn't matter if they have my face or they have my information. Right? That's not the
Right.
point.
Yeah, it's not about if you did anything right or wrong. It's about the control that they have.
And your
Anybody
privacy.
has.
Yeah,
Yes, and
yeah,
in your privacy. Yeah.
that's crazy. All right, let's move on with him. See what else he
But it's a
says here.
question of why does it need to be taken to the next level with this technology?
Yeah.
One that as soon as you give your face away and your biometrics away, you can't really get it back. The next question I have is for fans. So eventually, if they do put this in use for their paying customers, the NFL and their teams, is this something that's going to be an opt-in amenity, or is this going to be something
you
that's
said.
mandatory?
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, look, some people just don't care. They'll give a face scan because it means they don't have to carry their wallet or tickets or worry about a credit
Yeah.
card when buying drinks. Maybe they can get into the game even quicker. Maybe there's kind of like a TSA pre-line for getting into the stadium because your face is scanned and you're done. So maybe some fans are like, hey, this is great. Let me know in the comments section below if you think this is great or you're against this.
Let us know also in the comments, because it'd be interesting to see what you people think that watch our show. He's got a big audience, so he loves to hear the comments as well. But we would like to also. I just don't think we should sit here and have a world where, oh my God, I'll just put my face up there just so I can get to the game earlier. Well, maybe get there to the game earlier then, or if you can't get there earlier, welcome to life and having to wait in line and everything else. Why do you think people leave a game early?
Patience is a virtue. Yeah. Why do you think people leave concerts early? Why do you think? Yeah. Well, and another thing though too is saving 3 minutes in a ticket line
right
worth giving up your facial recognition and your biometrics? Is it worth it?
Not for 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes. I'd be totally willing to give all of my information, my biometrics away. That would be 3.5. That's where I draw the line.
3.5. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Gotta save me at least 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just don't, you know what I mean? When it comes down to it, is saving for 3 minutes worth giving up this privacy? I don't think so. Not for me.
No, and then not for me.
I tell you what, like those stadiums, like I want, like if they start requiring that of ticket holders and stuff,
I won't be doing
last football. Yeah, last football game I'm ever going to.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry, my wife and my friends or people who are fine with this are kids. Our kids, dude. This is who I worry about.
Yeah,
is that they have been so indoctrinated into, well, it's okay. I put my whole life on, Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and everything else. And it doesn't matter. You remember some of those apps that they used to do where they would take a selfie of themselves and post it for every little thing they do. And all, it just goes on and on. All of that was information gathering on you. It was database information on you, what you do, what you like, where you go, what you eat, who your friends are. And it combines this web of here you are, and here's your friend, here's their friend, and there's their friend, and so on. And that information is key because they advertise to you.
Mm-hmm.
They can do everything nefarious to you, like we were talking about. And it just is, this online life where we're putting all of our shit out there for everyone to see. We don't know who's seeing it.
And we don't know who's policing it also.
Yeah.
Or even if it's being policed. I don't think it's even being policed. It's just out there.
I don't think it is being policed either because it's big bucks, man. It's a lot of money that people are making off of this information. And you get millions upon millions, tens and hundreds and maybe billions of people that's crucially important information for companies to use one way or the other, good, bad, and indifferent.
Well, just like this, like just case in point, what you said, you mentioned a restaurant,
Yeah.
and now you're getting emails, dude. I saw a podcast. I'll have to try to find it and bring it back up. But this guy was trying to, he's trying to prove his point, and he said that he thought really hard. He had his phone by him. He thought really hard
Right.
about, I think it was a restaurant or something or something.
Didn't say anything,
Something,
just was thinking about it.
didn't even say anything, was thinking about it, and all of a sudden he starts getting ads
Are
on
you
his phone.
shitting me?
for it. Not shitting. And there was another one that I saw where the Spotify, or I don't know if it was actually Spotify, but it was one of those music listening programs.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, where they had their headphones in, was just thinking about this thing, and all of a sudden your ad comes up in that program. Why are you using it? And it came up. Like, I don't know.
How is
And
that
and that's the thing. I don't know. Is it coincidence? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you know me. I don't believe in coincidence. That's why we
don't either.
question everything. You know what I mean? And so for it to just kind of happenstance, I mean, come on, no way, man.
I mean,
But thinking, I mean, that's wild.
enough. It's bad enough I mentioned this restaurant, but to just think about it and have this stuff pop up, I want to say there's got to be something else going on. Maybe he didn't realize he may have mentioned it or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll have
It
to
just
find
seems
it though,
awfully,
because they were thinking it was some sort of just mind control tests. You know what I mean? It was testing just mind control, and if there was an unseen way for them to do mind control.
Men who stare at goats.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie with George Clooney?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That
there you
movie
go.
freaked me out.
MK Ultra shit right there. It's kind
Big
of
time.
yeah, mind control. All right, let's finish this up real quick. We won't beat this dead horse, but I think we kind of get the idea that this is here. There's a couple other videos that people are saying, "Oh no, this is not actually happening." Bullshit. It is happening, and if you don't think it's happening, you've got your head in the sand so far down you don't even know right from wrong, up from down, left from right. It doesn't matter. You really need to realize what's going on out there. So here we go, some more with him.
And you're done. So maybe some fans are like, hey, this is great. Let me know in the comments section below if you think this is great or you're against this. Because I think a lot of fans are going to say, wait, this might be mandatory. I'm not so sure about giving away my face and my biometrics just to attend a football game. And lastly, my question for the NFL, as it pertains to media photos and staff photos and employee photos, are these going to be used like in any fashion for anything outside the realm of the given 32 NFL stadiums? You're going to be selling these photos? You're going to be allowing others to use it, other partners, marketing purposes? Like, where is the limit of these photos? Can you promise that they will stay in your hands and only in your hands for these specific sites?
We promise.
I'm going to guess
scan, because it means
I'm going to guess they can't.
You know those terms of service things that that nobody reads? Yeah, it's going to be in there.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that is not it. And here's the thing: is he's right. If your image and likeness is being used somewhere else by these people, you are entitled to royalties of that usage of your image and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is one thing. And how are they going to get around that? I can see major lawsuits happening. Yeah, you're using my face with this facial recognition technology. You're using my face to promote this event for you to benefit you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's without my permission. And that's not without my permission because, hey, I'm not getting compensated for it. So you can, if you're going to benefit off of my likeness, whether I'm famous or just a everyday Joe in the crowd, there's got to be
realize
some sort of
what kind of nightmare that would create, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. There'll be lawsuits. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, and we work in the advertising marketing field, and we know how hairy that gets.
Mm-hmm.
Just right now.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this.
It is absolutely insane. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to move on to this next video, because this is just a news broadcast, and I can't remember where they're at. Oh, out of Dallas. They're talking about the Cowboys. And what they're talking about is, no, NFL isn't using your facial recognition, to monitor fans or anything like that. But I think what they're trying to say is a little sensationalized, headline, is that they're talking about how it's not being used to watch the fans to get you in the stadium and all that stuff yet. It's strictly really for security and to get in the media and all that stuff like we talked about. But watch this, because it is kind of interesting what they do here, and it makes me not want to go to the Cowboys stadium. Okay, because this is kind of messed up. So here, let's get into that so you can see everything going on with these people here.
Over the weekend, multiple social media posts claimed the Cowboys and the NFL would use facial recognition to monitor fans. Hello, I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. That information is not true, but facial recognition will be used, but for different reasons. Fox Sports' Stephen Dial is live to explain right outside AT&T Stadium. Stephen?
The post with the misinformation was shared thousands of times, reaching about 8 million users on X. The factual post, posted by the NFL's PR person, had less than 30 reposts. This speaks to a bigger conversation of misinformation influencing people on multiple topics.
Aside from talk about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys training in Oxnard, fans on social media were talking about this tweet, claiming the Cowboys and NFL were set to use facial recognition on fans. The problem, that's not true. This post was shared thousands of times and reached 8 million users.
It's not the Pope endorses Donald Trump, but it's something that has been taken out of context. So exactly, this fan cam that's been taken out of context.
The video she referenced, the fan cam, is nothing new. The Cowboys and other sports franchises allow fans to go online, pick a game date, and locate and tag themselves. But in this case, it was used out of context. The NFL's facial recognition system is completely separate. It's for people with secure credentials, like media, vendors, and
is it really important that we need to go back in on the fan cam, find out where we were sitting, and tag ourselves in that so that we can show everybody we were at that game and where we were? I mean,
that dude, I
don't give a shit about that.
Absolutely insane, dude.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
No, I was just gonna say there's a photographer at the car show that we were at yesterday, and he gives out. And he's really good, but he is so trying to stay so in touch with the Instagram
and all that.
Yeah, the Instagram crowd, So he gives out his card. He does the same thing. He gives out his card and he says, he'll have all the pictures from the show loaded up to the website. And you can pull down the ones that have you in them and have your car in them, and you can tag. And then it's same kind of thing. And it's just like, really? Like, I get it that like the people that put on the show, they want the photos for their social media and all that. But like for the photographer to go back and say, oh, hey, yeah, go check out yourself. I got a picture of you. Go check out yourself. You know what I mean? And it's wild.
Well, and to me, it just no, you're good. Yeah. Well, and it's like how narcissistic can we be that we have to show everybody, oh, hey, look at this. I was here, or doing this, that, and the other, and all that crap. It's like, oh my God, nobody gives a shit. It's just stop. Enough. Fudge. My God, it's like, okay, whatever. Let's continue with this and see what else he has to say. It just goes on for another little bit. And then there's the one last thing. It just kind of talks about it briefly in an article just so we can see. And we'll link all these into the description when we put the video up. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment on any of these thoughts that you guys have in here. So.
Photo IDs. It was tested last season with 6 NFL teams and will now be at all 32 stadiums. The post explaining the difference from a legitimate NFL source got a lot less attention.
So the correction might be out there, but it doesn't actually reach the people who need to see it.
Jennifer Allen is a postdoctoral researcher at Penn, and in 2025, she will teach at NYU. And she has seen this type of twisted narrative before.
It's not that these stories didn't happen. There's maybe some kernel of truth, but there is this missing context and this kind of misleading framing that is, super harmful.
Allen's research exposed misinformation connecting rare deaths to COVID vaccination.
Okay, well, we're going off. Yeah, so it's crazy that we have to go through all this. It's to me, it's unnecessary, and we're just creating, we're creating a world of just narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical. Oh, look at how great I am. We already have a problem with people sharing online and our kids going, oh, I only have 2 likes or 10 likes. I don't have 100 likes. Like, well, and then they get depressed, and then they're having a tough time with life, and they're crying. They're, moping around or whatever. It's like, oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing with this?
Well, we're creating this system where, I mean, it provides and it gives and takes away the dopamine. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. It gives you so much by, I get to post a picture. I looked really cute. I did this. Yeah. You got 100 likes and all your friends commented, and great. You do it again the next day.
Nobody. It's 2 people.
Crickets.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's crickets. And then what do you start feeling? You know what I mean?
Then you're all like,
good enough. Am I actually ugly? Am I, and all that stuff. And it's
Rudy, you're not ugly. Don't go down
for these kids.
It's okay.
And, and we've got, I've got a preteen, and you know how, the roller coaster of emotions that is already. And then you add this kind of shit on top of it. I mean,
we're doing bad things to people and throwing technology and trying to say it's convenient and that you can use your face to buy your stuff. You don't need to carry your wallet. You can, you know what? I'm totally fine carrying my damn wallet with my damn credit card, my damn money in it. I'd rather personally separate everything, keep it separate.
Exactly.
It's a lot harder to screw your life up if things are a little bit more separate. Oh, it's easier to keep it together. What are you talking about? Like, oh, okay, sure. But until it goes wrong, until everybody's sharing information, like these team owners with the facial recognition, are they selling your face to somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
So one last thing, then we'll wrap this one up, is just the articles. I mean, go check it out. Go look it up for yourself. The NFL will be using facial recognition technology for all teams this season. And again, like we said, not to beat this dead horse, but they are using this. People, you have to understand this is being used. Right now, they're just starting out with the secured areas, the media areas, the areas that fans are not supposed to go into. But if you can already track yourself in your seat on that particular game day and tag yourself, this, but look at how fun that is for you to do. Yeah. And look at how easy it is for all these other companies to use your information and find that out. And you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Doesn't it suspiciously sound like one of those things where they're dipping their toe in just a little bit just to see if we bite?
Well, yeah, that's what COVID was. Bless you.
Right?
Yeah.
Seems oddly familiar that this happened just a little while ago and ruined the economy.
Oh, we're just conspiracy theorists talking about that, though, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll put our tinfoil hats on next time.
Exactly. Well, let's wrap this up. Let's like, subscribe, and share. Please share this information, these videos out to everybody. We're trying to grow the channel so we can bring more fun stuff to you. We got a couple more that we're actually going to record today, so you guys can listen to them here soon. And we appreciate everybody coming on board here and having some fun with us. And hopefully we entertained you a little bit. And we should be good to go. So everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
Thanks for hanging, gang.
All right. See ya.